I could do a fish plates on this too when the body comes off on the chassis.
Yeah, we're rolling. Rolling.
Action.
Action. How you going?
Live action.
Friday afternoon, beer o'clock. Well, it's beer o'clock every day, but...
Beautiful sunny winter's day here in Perth. T-shirts today. It's lovely.
Rest of the week was hoodies.
Freezing. Yeah.
We looked homeless. You know,
and it was
beanies, gloves.
Yeah, but today's nice.
But we've been working on the Jeep again. We're keeping up the momentum.
Working on
Willys,
the
Willys Jeep. Technically, because of the year, it's a Willys. Same.
What's a Kaiser?
Kaiser, yes, because it's 47 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got there. Well, Craig got the gearbox mount in and done.
Yeah.
And
so this motor sits a fair bit higher. Motor and box sits a fair bit higher because of this something that we talked about before and the position of there. You know, you can't get a different sum, blah, blah, blah. So the motor in the box is higher, which meant we had to cut out more of the floor than we anticipated.
Let me bring the camera.
Walk this way. So it's actually sitting up higher, whereas normally you'd be down here for like a V8 or whatever. So anyway, we've changed it around. That's fine. Doesn't matter. We'll deal with it and whatever. Just make a bit more of a tunnel up there. You can sort of see how it comes in. So now the tail shaft's down there. So it's a two-piece shaft because it doesn't have a slip joint here on this gearbox. So that means it's got a centre bearing. So it puts the centre bearing about here. So what we'll have to do is some supports will have to come off of here to support the centre bearing to then come down to the diff. Then what else did I do? Oh yeah, then we worked out, okay, so we wanted to use the factory fuel tank, which wasn't going to work because it was too fucking big. Yeah. And it was a weird shape. And it was quite fat and it went over the diff. And the problem, which I didn't sort of think about at the time, is you're dealing with basically a hot rod, so it's a narrower chassis. Yeah. So you got less room to fit shit, you know? Trying to fit 10 pound of shit in a 5 pound bag.
That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's like the TARDIS.
Yes. Well, I wish it was the TARDIS. So anyway, what we've worked out is what's this, FG Ute tank.
Tank, yeah.
Because we want the same pump.
Yeah, we want to use a factory pump.
You know, because of the fuel injection, all that sort of stuff. Otherwise, you know, by the time you get an aluminium tank, external pumps, blah, 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 you know, you're over $1,000.
Oh, easy.
So it's like, well, you know. So anyway, we've worked out, you can see how this would have been, it would sit on the chassis there or the floor of the Falcon. You can see a section on each side there. And then it would have had straps. So basically what I've had to do is replicate a rail for it to sit up against, so that way it can sit hard up against there and still leave you enough room, enough clearance for your lines and whatever. And then I'll just do straps underneath. So, yeah.
And it hangs, it's not as low as the diff.
No, it doesn't hang any lower than the diff. It's up, it actually sits about there. So once we, you know, cut all this shit off and cover shit up, and it'll be magic. You won't see it.
You won't really see it.
And if you do, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's
working.
It's a work ute. So yeah. Other than that, and then Alan found a diff centre.
Oh yeah, we had a diff centre in stock.
Yeah.
And it actually might work.
Yeah.
For a win.
Yeah, for our luck, it would be the wrong spline or the wrong whatever.
Yeah.
But
no,
looks like it will work.
Yeah.
Alan's broken the cooter again.
Well, it's not broken. We fixed the exhaust leak, and we went, yeah.
Yeah, we did fix that. It was quite good.
We fixed the exhaust leak.
Yeah.
But the left-hand brake light wasn't working. It was strange because these, like being an American car, it's got flashing brake lights for indicators. So the indicator was working on both sides. The park light was working, but the brake light, I thought, it's just the globe. And then, hang on, no, it can't be the globe because that would mean the indicator wouldn't work. So now it works out that it's a wiring issue somewhere, possibly in the indicator switch.
Indicator part.
And-
The brake wiring for the American cars runs through that.
and we don't understand it. So I'm going to have to ring a Sparky on Monday
Yeah.
and get someone out, because Rory, who wired it,
He's in Norway.
is in Norway.
Enjoying himself.
Yeah, he's away for months.
Yeah, like 18 months.
Yeah, 18
apparently.
months. 2 years, I think he said. Yeah.
So I've been working on this. Column's in its right position. Well, you can't really see much now because I've put the motor and everything on.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
But you can see it clears. You've got where the shaft goes. I started mounting up front sheet metal to try and figure out,
Radiators.
what goes where and all that sort of stuff. We were sort of contemplating trying to use the Commodore type radiator, but then we thought, well, the radiator that came, with the car that the motor came from, it's a second-hand radiator. We probably wouldn't use that anyway, so then we would replace it. And then we got to modify everything to fit it, so it's like, we might as well just buy a replacement radiator for, they do an aluminium radiator for this size.
Right, yeah.
So it would just fit in easier. Because we'll run a thermo fan, because this originally had a mechanical fan.
Yeah. Would have been a clutch fan, actually.
Yeah, clutch fan. Yeah. So we're just going to do that. So I got all that on just to figure out what was going where and what bits were missing and
what it looked like.
Yeah.
Because it looks better with the front sheet metal on.
It's big sheet metal.
It is big.
It's rather awkward putting it all together because, and that was the whole thing too. I had to try and figure out the way, because I never pulled it apart. So I didn't know how it all went back together again.
Yeah.
So I had to try and figure that out, and then figure out in what order you put the panels back together
put it
to
on
get
and
it
off
on.
3 times.
Yeah. So, but we're sort of figuring it out. So yeah.
Oh, there's the
That's just more pulled apart.
more pulled apart.
Primed, etched, primed,
Yeah,
sanded.
We've done a fair bit of
bits and
stuff all
pieces,
prepped.
lots of panels. Al started doing some body work.
Yeah, just trying to get the cowl, and you can see there I've had to do a bit of work on the front cowl and the panels at the side, but they're starting to take shape and starting to look good now. So
what we've done with all these, with the balance, the running boards, what else? Oh, it's just balance and running boards, isn't it? So then we've had to etch them, sand them, etch and prime them, so that then we can bolt them all back together again. Bolt the fenders all on, the train all on, and everything together so it's all tight, so then it can be all panel beaded and body worked and whatever, so everything's tight. Then we'll unbolt them all again, take them all off, and then they can be painted and whatever, and then we'll do the chassis. But it's just easier to repair, like these fenders, trying to do one on the bench, it's hard.
Painful.
So at least if they're all bolted together, they sort of stay tight. I think that's about it.
That's it. Yeah, we didn't do anything on the JDM project or any of our Mad Max stuff. So.
Oh, the JDM, yes I did. I peeled off that masking tape that I put on there the other day and then realised that it's in the weather and the masking tape was sticking. So I thought, I better take that off.
Okay,
So I did that. So that's it.
That's it.
But other than that, if you're in Perth, swap meet Sunday.
Yes.
So
You like the video? I'm not going.
I probably won't.
So there'll be no coverage of that. Don't look at us for
I'll
that.
tell you about it next week.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'll tell you what it was
And he'll
like.
tell you how, God, there was so
It
much
was
good
mint.
stuff.
All this stuff
it
that
was
you really
fantastic.
needed was there.
It's not.
No.
Actually, the next video we'll be doing, we've got a, what is it, a 41
a Dodge pickup.
Dodge pickup that we're selling on behalf of
Friend of ours.
friend of ours
who's
who has
now
moved
overseas.
He's moved overseas, so he said, "Oh, look, it's just sitting there. Can you sell it?" So
Yeah.
I'll do a little video on that tomorrow when it arrives.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a nice truck, that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if anybody's looking for, it's not a project, it's a,
No, it's a running
driving licensed, truck.
Pickup.
He was using it as his everyday driver for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So,
So we'll get it here tomorrow, and I think we just got to do a bit of a clean up and do a couple of tidy up maybe little jobs on it. And
yeah. I don't know, I haven't seen it for 6 months or so I don't know what it looks like. I just saw pictures.
yeah,
So.
pictures look good.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
That's it. Easy.
Okay, bye.